You walk into a store and see two shirts you like. One is $20. The other is $19.99. There's a high chance you pick the $19.99 one. It's cheaper, by just 1 cent, and your hand still reached for it without a second thought. Here's what's strange about that. You know what's happening. You know that the difference is just 1 cent, not even close to $1, and it still felt like the better deal. Today it's almost impossible to walk through a supermarket, open a streaming app, or scroll past an ad without seeing it. It's called odd pricing, also known as charm pricing, a pricing strategy where products are priced just below a round number like $9.99 instead of $10. Before we get into what it does to your brain, let's talk about where it actually came from. Because most people assume this was invented by some marketing genius in a boardroom somewhere. A calculated move. A deliberate manipulation from day one. It wasn't. The honest answer is nobody knows exactly who started it. But the most widely accepted story takes us back to the 19th century. And it has nothing to do with psychology. See, back then, most transactions were cash, so store owners had a problem. If something cost $1, a dishonest cashier could take the bill, never open the register, never record the sale, and pocket the money cleanly. But the moment you price something at 99 cents, the customer hands over $1, and now the cashier has to open the register to give change, which means the sale gets recorded, resulting in a paper trail. 1 cent below the round number, and now the cashier can't steal without getting caught. Odd pricing fed directly into how these machines worked. The whole system ran better with prices that didn't come out even. So the origin of one of the most psychologically powerful pricing strategies in history was essentially a way of ensuring employees didn't steal. Experts were quick to notice that items ending with odd numbers sold more and were curious on why this happened. But in chasing that question, they accidentally pulled on a thread that unraveled something much larger. The three most popular theories on why odd pricing works. Your brain reads numbers like words, left to right. So when you see $4.99, the 4 lands first. Your brain files it as $4 item, even though it's just 1 cent less than $5. This is called the left-digit anchoring effect. Walk into any supermarket, and there's a high chance that the first digit is bigger, bolder, and easier to read. That's not an accident. That's the left-digit effect being engineered directly into the physical design of the tag itself, making sure the first number your eye lands on is the one that flatters the price most. So odd pricing makes things feel cheaper than they are. Most people half suspect that already, but there's a layer underneath that one that's far more interesting. The odd ending doesn't just make a price feel smaller, it makes it feel like a deal, even when nothing has been discounted. For over a century, odd pricing has been used specifically during sales, clearance events, markdowns, the moments when a retailer wants to signal this has been reduced. And your brain, after a lifetime of seeing that pattern, has learned to associate it with the feeling of savings. So now when you see any price ending in odd, your brain doesn't ask whether it was ever higher. It just pattern matches and assumes it must be a deal. The emotional response fires before the logical check happens. And this one might be most bizarre. When you see $5 clean and round, your brain processes it almost too easily, triggering suspicion. Has it feel chosen? But 4.99 feels like math landed it there.
So that's odd pricing. Now you know where it started and how it works. If you liked this video, hit the like button and consider subscribing for more such videos.